Thank you very much for that session on arbitration and mediation. Yes, the questions are piling up. And it's actually very interesting that this particular panel, panel session on arbitration and mediation actually garners a lot of interest because a lot of people don't know that side of the sporting aspect. But whenever we have it on Kenya International Sports Film Festival, we always generate a lot of interest and participation. Now, you're watching the Kenya International Sports Film Festival, and I just want to tell you that every once in a while, especially here in the Republic of Kenya, you might attend a music concert or a play or an art exhibition or a sporting event that has been sponsored by the French embassy. You will encounter a very nice gentleman by the name of Serge. And Serge is the person who's actually responsible for these kind of sponsorships. Serge has been a friend of Kenya International Sports Film Festival, and he's here with us. In fact, the French embassy is actually one of the sponsors this year. And Serge is here with us in studio. And bear in mind that the Olympics are going to be held next year in France. So Serge is a good person to know when it comes to sports and film. Serge, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Serge, what do you think about Kenya National Sports Film Festival and how it has been able to merge the worlds of sports and film?
I think it's a great initiative. It's something that hopefully would stay forever as a festival because it's something that brings together, like you said, two different worlds that need to be more in communication. I think both film and sports are all about these universal values, that can be shared not just in Kenya but across Africa and across the world. And it's very important to use cinema as a medium, whether it's through documentaries or through fiction, to talk about the journeys of these legends. We were just mentioning Asif Karim and how he was able to have careers in different disciplines. That's something that we don't see anymore these days.
Exactly.
And so to put this kind of stories into a narrative, into fiction or a documentary, it's essential so that the kids also have role models that they can aspire to be like when they grow up. Yeah.
Now, the French have got a very strong history of arts and culture. Do you think that we as a nation are slowly getting in that direction?
I think what's important about that is the potential that arts and culture has. Too often it is considered as something that is not important, something that is completely marginalized because it doesn't have an impact on the economy, on the GDP and all of that, but it's actually not right. It's actually not true. And I think France is a good example of the fact that you can generate revenue through the arts. I will mention festivals like the Cannes Film Festival, which is like the biggest festival in the world. And every year it brings millions and millions of dollars of revenue through tourism and also through the fact that people want to be in Cannes and also the TV rights that are sold about that and etc. So there's a whole ecosystem that can be developed. And of course, with Hollywood, we have other examples as well that the creative industries literally can generate a lot of money and can create jobs. And Africa and Kenya specifically, Kenya is a young country. So there's a lot of young people that would be very happy to engage in that field professionally, making money, constant revenue out of being involved in film and sport and festivals and all of that. And that's why it has to be something that is not informal, but something that becomes normal and
like part of the creative economy.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
I think there's a big the potential is there, but there's still a bit of a way to go so that people can really live off of that. Even the actors of the movies that are now, like you have more and more Kenyan films on Netflix, for instance.
Exactly.
And so you have actors that can now also take up this career as a real career and not just something that they do when they have the time to do it. I think it's very important. I think that change is something that really will have an impact and something that you will see in society, because if you empower the actors, the musicians, the sportsmen, then they're also going to spend their money within this economy, and then it just contributes to the growth of the economy in general.
Exactly. And thank you very much to the French Embassy for the support that they've offered to us here at the Kenya National Sports Film Festival. They got the concept of the spectacular synergy that exists between sports and film, and that it's actually very key and integral to be a key driver in the growth of the creative economy. And wish that you keep on with the sponsorship.
Yeah. We will. And Just as an idea, it would be good to maybe in 2024, as you mentioned, that's the Olympics in Paris.
Yes.
Maybe the festival could have like a version on the ground in Paris with the Kenyan athletes. I mean, that's just an idea that I'm throwing out there.
That's a very good idea.
So that way you can start working on that already.
Well, thank you very much for that, Serge, and that's a very good idea. And actually something to think about, especially now since we have a new sports administration that's coming in with the new cabinet secretary, Honorable Babu Namamba. Somebody who actually has a grasp of things to do with sports and arts.
Yeah.
And yes, we are a very unique festival because we merge both sports and film. So we're looking forward to a very bright future and for the creative economy to be taken very, very seriously.
Yes.
And the support from people like you and the French Embassy, I think that we're in very good hands.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
As you say, merci.
Asante.
Coming up next, we have a few movies coming up, and also we have an exciting panel on empowerment of women through sports.